Kia ora te whānau, haere mai, nau mai, welcome to Bruce Pulman Park here in Takanini, Tāmaki Makaurau, for the Trans Tasman Tag Series between the Tagaroos and the Tag Blacks. We've got the 21's men's coming up next, and this should be a high-paced, very fast-flowing game, you'd imagine, officer. 21's men, and then we have the open men's third test, and the women's 27's third test. So, yeah, some exciting games ahead, and officer. So, Rusty Matu in commentary alongside Officer Tanui today. And officer, so what are we expecting from this match?
Well, we're on a 3-0 as of we as New Zealand, 3-0 as we watch the haka here, and we'll just watch these young men offer up the challenge.
Good effort from the young lads there. Good to see our first haka of the day as tangata whenua, the people of the land. It's nice to see our Māori culture as we extend that challenge to the visitors. Our manuhiri, Australia. Whenua Moimoia is the Māori name for Australia. Whenua being the land and Moimoia being the dreamland. Is referred to in Indigenous Australian culture. Our 2-minute music still on the countdown. And that wind is still very prevalent out there, officer. And it's really important to play to the conditions and use them to your advantage when you've got those conditions in your benefit, in your favour. Tagaroos will line up as follows. We've got McPeak, Harper, Garcia,
players and referees. 2 minutes.
Gironaro, Hill, Harper, Engelby, Thomas, Robinson, White, Morgan, Martz, Babbage, Jansen, Kennard, Murray, and Babbage again. The coaches and managers is Tony Lulia, Bowie Allen, and Paul Cronk. The Tag Blacks are Smith, Nansen, Tapania, Peters, Castles, Vaipulu, Palangi, Makiha, Smith, Nansen, Meti, Wichman, Rairoa, Anderson, Ngatapo, Kasimosi, Maipi, Smith, Nena. Their coaches and managers are June Tuka and Don Kasimosi.
Brendan Tasker is our referee in the middle for this game. A young man, but a highly experienced one. That's been across the Tasman and doing a couple of their tournaments over there. And also a impressive young man at that as well. Well, as we mentioned before, Rusty, it's today is a different day. It's 3-0 to Australia at the moment for the broadcast games. Obviously, we've got some other games on the outer pavilion, and so we'll try and get some updates on some of those other scores. Where there's also the 50s men's and the 60s men's, etc., and some of the other senior grades, the 27s women's as well. So it'll be good that we can give you some updates on those scores. But at the minute now, the under 21 men's. And we're hoping that the New Zealand team will be able to bring our first win for the day here on our broadcast.
No, it would be lovely to see. But you got to give credit where credit due. The Aussies are really well drilled, and most of them tend to be almost full-time tag players. where they play tag all year round, winter tag as well as summer tag.
Well, that's right. I mean,
Whereas,
the weather is conducive to be able to play all year round, and like with most of the sports, summer sports, they can with the facilities as well, and so you can see why and the fruits of all that development and hard work that go into it.
That's correct.
There's New Zealand again. Starting nice and early. There'll be a contact there. That should come to New Zealand, though. It's after the tag, so play on to New Zealand.
Now,
short ball. Ball is down. The tag is made, so Rebecca just out in the 7 metres out. New Zealand set up for a nice set piece. Let's have a go. Quick play the ball there. Coming around the back door. Short ball, back door. Still running out a bit of room there. Australia defending well. As they come back to the middle of the field, New Zealand need to be positive. Whether they want to go, quick play the ball. Here it is. No. Timing is off. They still have the ball. And you can see the defensive. No panic in the Australian defensive line. However, New Zealand got numbers. Still there, nicely done. As they bring it back to the open. Moving that ball from side to side. Still looking for that opening long ball there. And the call is forward pass by New Zealand, so Australia bring it up to 10 metre line, play the ball. Australia done well to defend their line.
Just going through there.
And just a little miss.
Yeah, a little error from Australia.
A little error there from, unforced error there from Australia, so New Zealand back on attack.
So they get another opportunity here after that first opening set. They also look like they've got some energy about them, these young guys, as you'd expect. They're officer, but they're bouncing around. They're getting the numbers. They're pushing up. They're throwing dummies, throwing long balls. They've got a bit of bounce in their step, bit of energy in their step. So exciting to see what they can bring for the rest of this match, if they can maintain that energy. Forward pass. Is it forward? It's referee Brendan.
Contact. So
Brendan Tasker.
So when they do the front door, back door, the front door that was missed obviously made contact with the defender. So that's where the penalty has come.
Yep.
And Tasker, that's incorrect. Play the ball, but they still go ahead. This is a confusing thing. Right from the start, you see. It's just like the energy that New Zealand have with the ball. Australia are no different, and they're showing that right now. 2 tags and they're right on New Zealand's line, but they still have possession.
Good defense. Two very, very nimble and agile teams here.
Oh, he's gone for a cheeky one.
I think that'll do it.
He's gone for a cheeky one. He's looking to the touch judges. Ball is down. Knees are up in the air. Let's have a look at this in the replay. Watch this, puts his tags on. Keep an eye on his knees. And the ball down. No, they've done it. They've caught it right. So Australia off to another winning start of a 1-0.
I think that was number 23 for the Tagaroos. Kai Babbage.
Nice New Zealand hitting that ball at pace. As they have to look to kick soon.
So unintentional.
Yeah, so
So
I would say that
Touchy's having a word
I
here.
think that'll go to Australia.
There it goes.
As he turned his back to it, so didn't attempt to go and hit the ball. That'll be their ball.
And interestingly, the tag backs were going for the right-hand touchline because everyone else is going to that left hand because they're trying to go with the wind.
Unless there's been a change of wind, it doesn't look like it. It's certainly going to that far right-hand corner.
Yeah.
So of your screen, so. Oh, he's dropped it. And foot out and touch as well, so
Yes,
no try.
Yeah, so a double error there from the Australian winger.
Double error.
Yeah, but gosh, New Zealand got exposed there. They were open on that wing. So fortunately for them, the Aussies made the errors and did not score the try. So they really need to make up for this and get back upfield and try and pressure them early.
Yeah, it's just gone a little bit flat in that last 10 minutes there. Play on. Late tag? No. Tag first. Tag same time. So
wow. Okay.
He'll come back.
Yeah, that's unlucky for the tag backs there. That was a good little grubber there for himself.
Come forward. Unless it's it is a penalty. Late tag.
Geez, I'm a bit averse to that decision on the late tag. Should be allowed to play on.
Yeah.
You know.
But then the late tag, he's playing with one tag, and so how do you stop them for? You know, there was always that thought that we have to get the other tag, or you have to touch him, or you know.
Yeah.
Well, that just opens up a touch. What does that touch mean? Full shoulder to the hip. So I think that referees are just saying, all right, this late tag, bring back penalty, start on, both tags on.
So if it was in the process of scoring a try, would he bring it back?
That's, yeah, if he was in the process of scoring a try, then he puts the ball down, then you would play the advantage, but that one there was no.
Yeah.
It was pretty. New Zealand still need to go forward though. They're playing a lot of side to side at the moment. Need the guys, that's better. Again, late tag or tag made before kick. Yeah, there we go. Another late tag after the kick. So they're getting a lot of penalties their way, and they've got a recount right 12 metres out, so they've got time to set up a nice set piece. They need to bring it to the middle of the field just to open it up a bit. Quick play the ball. Goes back to the open side, back into the short. Numbers there. Oh, he's got it.
Good defence from the
Play the ball.
Tagaroos.
They're still scrambling now. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, and it's
It's
down.
through. 2-point play.
Oh, yeah, and that's a great little try for the Tag Blacks.
And the key there is the quick play the ball. Nice little step off the toe, off the left there. And the Witchman Reiroa for New Zealand. Romat goes in for a try.
And so New Zealand leading now 2-1 with that bonus
Nice
box
2-point.
try. Yeah.
And that's just off the back of a really good play, just going forward and driving forward and getting those really good side-to-side ball movements. As you said. New Zealand picking up a few contacts now, so they can build some momentum off that, get a good kick down, get some good territory possession.
Yeah, the opening match of this series yesterday was won by the Australians 7-3. So New Zealand currently leading here 2-1.
Ooh, getting some half gaps now, New Zealand, which is good.
It's an earlier kick there. But the sweeper again, are in that sweet spot where they know they'll be aiming their kicks. So yeah, smart work by the Aussies on defence there. The sweeper back in the right place. We noticed in the earlier games, obviously, the Aussies were kicking on the first or second.
That's right. That's right.
Because so that was a smarter ploy from their kickers.
Oh, this will be a foot race. It'll be too quick there.
That.
Again, New Zealand flying up on the outside and
Leaving the edges exposed.
and leaving that edge exposed, and he was out of play. One dummy and he was through. You see this here. Watch the outside. Watch the outside fly there, and then he's through. Just a short pass, hand to do it, and then just a speed foot race there. Too quick there for New Zealand. So
you can see in that replay too, the New Zealand link and winger had gone too far forward. You know, you can't slide or push up beyond the ball. You've got to hold, you know, and stay behind the ball.
It's a poor read, isn't it?
It is. It's a poor read,
and it's you know, it just puts the rest of your team under a load of pressure. But they still had to finish it, and Australia did really well. Didn't overplay their hand, and there's New Zealand now looking to gather some momentum back. There it is, short ball, but there's sweepers coming in. Well covered there by Australia. Defence coming hard off the line, putting pressure on Australia. Quick play the ball there. God, that was quick. Gosh, that was quick ball. And that was well done by Australia. Really getting that momentum. Sweeper is up. But that's well covered.
Great tag as well.
So New Zealand slowly making their way back. They'll have to. Oh God!
Excellent
That must be a penalty.
Oh,
yes.
he got done for not straight.
Not square.
Because he didn't move.
No, that's right. And so, you know, he needs to stay square. So that's a bit of relief as they get some of their subs on. New Zealand, Australia. Oh, here we go. Let's see what the ref says.
Here we go. Just going to have a bit of word about discipline, I think.
I think so. There's a bit of niggle there. And so, sure enough.
Boys have a bit of a difference of opinions and sharing of opinions.
I'm not surprised there's been not more discussions in the middle there as the Trans Tasman rivalry continues. It's well and truly alive and well. Oh, not the best pass. As they go down the short side, he's got some room now. Looking on the inside. Still well covered by New Zealand. There's no one there. And that's 6, so hand over. Again, Australia hitting at pace. Still on that borderline of surrender the way they play, but nicely done by New Zealand. Hitting the short side. Bit of contact there, I think it was called. So another penalty to Australia. As they go short ball, come back the other way. Nicely done by Australia. Oh, nicely done.
Tag.
Well defended. Not one, but 2 tags, so he had that well covered. Australia going to try down the other flank now. Short ball. Back.
That's a nice ball.
Wow. And he hit that at pace.
We've watched a few of the Aussie teams execute that really well today.
Yeah.
And it's another fine example there.
What's this line he hits that short line at pace and didn't deviate whatsoever. Saw his line done. Coaches are happy. High fives all around for the Australian team. New Zealand need to get back quick. They're not too far away. Again, like they did, another 2-pointer. They'll be back up in front. So as we come down the final, just over 5 minutes before the half.
There's Braden March scoring that try for Australia, and just a beautiful unders line there, and a really nice short
So
ball.
the contact has gone against New Zealand here. As he's run into the player, it looks like he's taken a few hits today with that headband. Oh. Nicely done. Nicely covered by New Zealand, but they're still under pressure at the moment. closing the gap. So penalties starting to mount up, contact.
See, but the nature of that move almost encourages that, though, eh? Because you're faking the out and then hitting the in.
And when you, oh, that's forward.
Yeah.
And when you're doing it at pace and there's only half a gap in there, I mean, you hold, you miss a player, you move, and then you let that player come through. So
that's that.
it's a fine line between closing the gap or just holding your space.
In the league, we call it an in between, where that second player runs the overs line, outside line, and then the back door comes in between. We call it ID in rugby, eh?
Yes, ID, it's an ID.
Yeah.
And they, if it's well executed and the timing is done, it's very hard to defend.
Yeah.
Especially at pace. Here we go, New Zealand now. He's got all the pace there.
Good tag.
Oh, that's a great tag.
It was.
Great tag. Should have pinned his ears back, but, it looked like he was always covered. But New Zealand now on attack where they need to be. Just to even up. Australia 3, New Zealand 2. I think that was an attempted kick, but it was stopped by Australia, so that must be a recount. There's New Zealand bring it to the middle.
No recount.
No.
That's a handover.
Nicely round the corner at pace. There's Australia again, kicking down nice and early in the piece. And probably one of the poorest kicks I've seen the Australians seen today. It wasn't really executed well, but you can see them like New Zealand.
Yeah, see, that's a better option now.
Yeah, he needs to break.
Oh, but just didn't get the wind there. Yeah, didn't have the right line. But the idea was better.
That's right, yeah.
It's similar to the Aussies, although they didn't execute that one, very well.
That's right, because there was no sweeping back on the early in the call.
Yeah, the timing of it was perfect. They were kicking it early again, and then again he's looking to go to that far touch line, which is the direction of the wind as well. So, yeah, both sides playing smart.
I think moving forward in the series that it's something that you can defend or something that you can use.
Yeah,
because it's certainly caught them all off guard for sure. You'll go through. Nicely done, Australia.
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't.
Great
it sort
lead.
of came out of nothing.
Great lead-up work too.
No,
but no try.
No try.
But I missed the reason why though, officer.
So it's a recount. Must be the tag first before the pass. So that was 6.
It could only be there or a forward pass.
Yeah, it wasn't a penalty. So
yeah. Oh, but that is. That's a penalty. With 1:30 on the clock here, Aussie get a full set, about 12 metres out from the try line.
Oh, numbers. Yeah.
Oh, drop the shoulder.
Yeah, just dropping his shoulder, leaning towards it, stopping it, interfering with the tag. So New Zealand just need to go to the halftime break.
Yeah, New Zealand will get the last set.
If they can get another try on it, be great. Here they go, busting out. Numbers there. Oh, he's still going. There'll be a penalty for his shorts.
Yeah.
So he'll get that.
So they've still got time here to try and level it up before half time. If not, go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice for them.
I'm not sure if they know the time. They're sort of taking their time. They need to quickly get it moving. Oh.
Gosh, that's a coach killer. 30 seconds now with Aussie in possession. Looking to finish off this half here with another try if they could. Oh, no. So the Tag Blacks here will get a last 1 or 2 rucks here, play the balls. Looks like we're going into a 2-3 deficit at half-time scoreline. That'll be the hooter. What was the double kick, is it? Here we go. Oh! And exciting finish of the first half. Australia leading 3-2 in the men's under 21s. We'll be back very shortly with the second half. Mā te wā.
Sport. What does it mean to us? For some, it's potential, a promise that we could be better, that the early mornings will be worth it, that we could be champions. For others, it's joy. It feeds our lives, builds our communities. It is our light, our love, our laughter. But sport is also our rock, the thing we come back to, constant, even after the final bout. It's changed, but it never really changes. It's the cup finals, but also the 5:30 game after work. Our people, our culture, our kaupapa. Because no matter what's on the scoreboard, no matter who's in the stands, sport's got your back. And so do we.
No, my picky mo. Welcome back to the Trans Tasman Tag Series between the Tagaroos and the Tag Blacks from New Zealand. Under 21's division here in the men's. Aussie leading 3-2 and really, really well, a very well matched first half, but both sides here very close and score is very indicative of the game.
Yep, and both teams making the most of the opportunities and missing some, but it's a very evenly matched game. And it sort of backs up from yesterday as well. That game yesterday was very tight as well. But again, we're seeing whether it's pressure or just a fatigue, but there's a lot of unforced errors, like just a simple, just knocking the ball on cold for both teams. And so, you know, it is at a different level that we're used to seeing, like with the Nationals and the Oceania. But this is showing that the team that holds their nerve more are the ones that are going to be on top of this whole series.
It's just looking at the bit of a release from the New Zealand team for their side. Campaign for the Trans Tasman Tag Series started with 16 strong players who were 100% committed and ready to go and for most of our players, this is their first time playing in the Trans Tasman. So they get the experience and all the hype and the fast-paced knowledge from Australia. The players have built a strong bond with each other, training hard and making sure game plan structure and strong communication platform with each individual player is set in place in order for this campaign to be a successful one. They're very proud of their boys and showing leadership and wanting to be successful to the end. And finish off, but just saying good luck to both sides in this campaign. So nice little blurb from the New Zealand under 21's manager. So thank you very much for that.
It's been wonderful to see, just in a few paragraphs on how the team has come together and just their short journeys together. But as we see a penalty for New Zealand, so again, it's always good to score that first one after halftime just to build that confidence, especially in the second half. And New Zealand really need it, whether it's one or two. But they're coming here. Nice little play there. Ball staying alive.
This is
bit of contact in there.
Yeah, this is similar to the previous game, officer, with 1 point margin at the moment.
And those little errors
Intercepts,
there, intercepts as well,
which
just after halftime as well.
Yeah, which proved the difference in the last game of those last two intercepts by Australia. And it just shows you've just got to stay vigilant for the entirety of the match. 2 20s, 20-minute halves, and you got to be switched on it because all it takes is one error to change the game.
And staying up, there's a surrender call again, and so New Zealand a little bit fortunate to get away from that because that intercept, they weren't too punished from that one.
Yep.
And referee
Brandon Tasker.
Tasker just again hot on that to stay tall, continue to run tall, and continue to be positive going forward rather than surrendering. So
yeah, but Brandon's from New Zealand, so that'll be Brendan Tasker. Yeah, but back to the game. Oh, and we have a little error there from the Tag Blacks.
Like we mentioned just before, just those little, which is, uncharacteristic for a lot of these players. I mean, as Tasker's having another word to players, where must be some little niggle out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, boy, showing a little bit of passion there. There's that kick, and where's the sweeper? There he is.
Nice little goose, but well covered there by Australia. New Zealand again need to get some momentum, get back up the field.
Oh, what about the marker there?
Yeah, well, let's sort of play on. Not so Tasker's playing an advantage. Yeah, there you go. Not square. What's happening?
Can I have a chat, eh?
Another discussion on.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, just throwing away those tags. No, I'm not the greatest lip reader, but it looked like, he's throwing away that tag consistently. So, therefore, he's been, it must be a repeat offender. So, a little bit of gamesmanship there, but he's been caught out by referee Tasker.
So now
they've got the numbers.
Yeah.
They're utilising. They've just got to be mindful.
Numerical advantage, but they need to make it pay.
And that doesn't help there by just forcing it to go wide. They just need to be patient. As Australia now is what you would possibly do as a coach, is to slow things down and run that clock while...
Yeah, if I was the Australians, absolutely, yeah. But these guys want to go, no, we want to attack. We want to go blitzkrieg, go full on.
Short ball. He's jumped here. Australia now putting a bit of pressure on New Zealand, making the extra numbers, still well covered by New Zealand. Quick play the ball. Ball's up in place again. Not much downtime on that ball with the play the ball. Dummy half moving. Short ball. Back door. No. Contact.
Oh, so Aussie with another full set here.
Tasker, you can slow that down. Interesting how they start the, tag first before losing the ball. So, still Australia's ball. Nicely done. Just that timing of that pass in the gap, and just missing as we watch the replay here. What's the timing of that short ball? And he's just through that gap before even the defender could be there. Just the 1 point. So that takes him up to a 2 point lead, 4-2 to Australia. And a man down. So I think the Sinbin might be back now.
Yeah, Jack Ingleby scoring their try, scoring with a man in the sin bin as well. So that backfired on the tag backs there, unfortunately for them. And giving the ball back to Australia again. So tag backs are doing it tough right now. Really want to change that narrative, man. Oh, yeah, Aussie's blowing it up again.
He's looking at his refs and a try's been given. Well, no, not yet. I was just about to call the try, but no, he's going to go and consult his touch judges.
The Trans Tasman 2025 merch has arrived. We have hoodies and tees, so come on down while stocks last. That is the 2025 merch has arrived.
So, Tagaroos again in fine position here. Tag Blacks defending furiously here. They really need to shut the set down and then launch an attack set of their own. You can't plant your feet, you've got to keep moving, yeah. These Aussies, they'll just run around you if you plant your feet, so... Oh, there it is. There's the error they were looking for, the Tag Blacks. So, no, referee's saying, yeah,
hand
that's
over.
6.
Yeah, that's a hand over. Yep.
And Sin Bin comes out, comes back into the game, I should say. Yeah, so credit to the Australians there, just not only handling the man in the Sin Bin, actually putting a try on the board as well. So.
Key, wasn't it?
It was. Here's a nice little run. Because I would have thought that was a late tag there, but gosh, some very marginal decisions there. So unlucky there for the Tag Black once again. They just haven't had the rub of the green. Nice little interchange of passes there, but their last one was forward. So the Tag Blacks now in position over halfway. And Aussie unable to get hold of that interceptor. Thankfully for the Tag Blacks, so that would have been another 2-pointer in the bonus box.
Well, New Zealand need to score soon, just to keep in touch. They wouldn't want to leak another one. But what would really give them a lot of confidence is that they have to be careful with that one. They got away with that.
Yeah. So
there it is, the 2-point box there. Up he goes and in. That's what they needed.
He's been awarded this. Yes, that's going to tie the match up.
Which is interesting because...
just over 8 minutes left in the match.
Nice little cut here. Dragged them hard across. Short ball and then back against the grain at pace. And again... You know, we were talking about the dive before. I mean, we were talking the interpretations of Australia and New Zealand ref, as we've been doing that all season.
Yeah.
Has been allowed. So that try is good as a New Zealand kick off. We're at 4-4 now. Oh, hit the player. Yes.
When you're doing that almost forward roll technique as you plant the ball, your feet tend to go above your shoulder.
That's right.
Because I think, I remember talking to a referee, and he was saying it was the hips. If the hips go above the shoulder height, then that's deemed dangerous. Well, so again, it's interpretation, isn't it?
At any stage that you dive, your hips are always going to be, your hands are always going to be higher. Your hips will be higher than your hands.
Correct.
In the ball, in the action of putting the ball down, scoring a try. So I suppose they have to sort of get that clarification.
But we've seen it in the Nationals in Pacifica that, we've actually got some great exponents of the dive try, haven't we? And, they're really confident and competent in actually executing it. So, again, it's interpretation, eh? Nice cover there.
I think always safety is always the priority in that. And so, it's always about where the legs and the feet are sort of hanging over around that head area, and that's the the challenge of when you go at such a height when you're diving. But again, it's taken 2 points. We're at 4-4. New Zealand hard on the attack. You can see the spring to their step at the moment. Nice little kick. I think he might have stepped in his way there, so therefore it might be a recount. Yes, it is.
Nice.
And so
this is great for the Tag Blacks here. You know, they've first team to be this close going into the last 6 minutes of the match.
Yep.
In today's fixtures so far, you know, and an opportunity to actually be the first win today. So, kia kaha, Tag Blacks.
Yep, hard, but still a lot to go.
Oh, yeah, so it's a long time, but yeah, that's right.
6 minutes, but you can see the intent now, the spring in their step and their intent of going and attacking and.
But it's within their reach,
confidence.
you know. It's within touching distance here. You know that it's possible.
There's New Zealand there.
Oh, that's a bad mistake, really. They needed a nice little kick to.
Oh, that's forward.
Oh, yeah. So Aussie get away with one there. That little pass from dummy half.
Nicely done from New Zealand. Still. They like to attack on that short side. They got their hands ball away. Penalty. There was a bit of contact there, grabbing the short. So Australia. Tuck your shirt in. There's a call. And that's why he's played the ball there. Nicely done. Diffuse that. Little count down the end there.
There it is. So they needed a really good set of defence here.
There's Australia. You can see them sitting up in the middle there.
4 apiece.
Backdoor short in front door. Oh. Nicely done, and the 2-point up 2. That was so well executed for a 2-point. And watch this play here. Looks like his backdoor short ball coming in and in for a 2-point play.
Yeah, and
as
just
the
with the
coaches
Tag
come
Blacks
onto the field too.
Yeah.
He knew how important that try was, but New Zealand still, we've done it before, we can do it again. 2 points in it.
That raised the question for me too there on the scoring of that try. How deep do you go before there's an in-goal area disappears?
Wow,
especially when it's not marked.
It's a 1-pointer. I mean, if you want to go, I suppose the question is if you want to go that far, New Zealand's still going. We should have kept going. Never mind. As New Zealand sort of take up.
Because he had actually ran past the back end of the 2-point zone, and so where does that in-goal area actually finish?
But that's your risk. If you get caught with a tag, then you come back out and play. You miss out on all points. So it's advantageous on whether it's one or I suppose because when a kick goes in there, it has to bounce in the ground and play first before. But if anything hits the ground in the in-goal area, it's known as dead ball. But it is a fair question. I mean, a lot of people say, it's dead in goal, it's a dead ball line. But, well, you can run around and go for the 2-pointer, but if I get you, there's no points.
Yeah.
So the risk is really on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Australia starting to get their spring in their step now. That 2-pointers, it sort of leaves a lot of pressure on the team. So they seem to be a little bit more comfortable to move the ball from coast to coast. A little chip in there. Oh, that's well done. I think that bounced before.
It did. Touch judge here just having a chat with
but I think there was a tag first as he checks. No, tag before the kick. Well done.
Nice officiating there.
Yeah, just double checking, and that's what they're there for. And so the right call was made. It's a penalty. It might be a yellow, but no. No, just grabbing shorts. coming into just under 2 minutes. Australia. Got a strong hold on the second game. Oh, backdoor. No, that was nicely done.
Yeah, so a professional into the match from the young under 21 Australian Tagaroos there.
What's the late cut from here? Look how quick he comes from nowhere. Yeah, and then just...
And a mistake. But we were locked up at 4-all with, 7 minutes to go. And then again, just
and there, just turned that tempo up a bit. And
just lifted their tempo and boom. 2-pointer and a 1-pointer. It's taking it out to 7 points to 3 now, the Australian Tagaroos, 21's. So a gallant effort from the Tag Blacks, though. They were in the game, absolutely. But just a better finish from the Tagaroos today in this match.
Oh, speed now. But well covered by Australia. Kicking into players. Knocked on by... Oh, throwing that ball away. Be careful.
So NZ will get the last set of attack. Great tag by the Tagaroos there. They're just on top of their game. That's the hooter. The Tagaroos here with the last minute of play here. Congratulations to the 21's. That's a great victory to them. 7 points to 4. We'll be back very shortly with the next match. Mā te wā.